Okay, so this might sound harsh, but I want you to deal with your Messiah complex. You were not created to save everybody. I want you to think about those who you are so intimately involved in that you are caring for and taking care of their life as though it is your own. I want you to consider other people's spiritual walk and other people's lives and the fact that those two are not separate. That much of what someone is experiencing in their life is spiritual, and that they need to be able to do the work they need to do in their lives to surrender to the Lord. See, you may be thinking in the natural, there's much that they have to do. But really, what they need to do is surrender to God and learn to fight back and spiritually war. They need to deal with themselves and allow God to show them how to do that. They need to go on a journey with God, an odyssey of sorts to explore themselves, their families, their jobs, their purpose, their assignments, their identities. They need to surrender to the Lord. Now, that doesn't mean you don't care for them. That doesn't mean you don't have compassion for them. That means that as God leads, you make yourself available to them. As God instructs, you lean in. That means that you pray for them. That means that you can spiritually go to war for them. But that also means you create a healthy separation, a healthy distance between you and them, and you allow them to be able to walk out and live out their lives as they have shown you that they will do. Because sometimes no matter what you do, somebody has already decided that this is how they're going to live. Some people are working as hard as they can. They just need to continue in that pursuit. And they just need a little bit of guidance. They just need a little bit of help. But what they don't need you to do is do it for them. What they don't need you to do is be so entangled and so attached to them that they don't get room to breathe and make mistakes and do what it is that God is calling them to do. So I want you to consider that your help, your involvement is beautiful. But if you don't learn to step back and let people be, you're going to have a problem with it, because people going to experience high ups and very low lows, and you need to be able to allow them the ability to move, to explore, to navigate their own spiritual walk, trusting that God has them. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes the best thing you could do is take a step back and allow somebody to go through their process. It's not your process, it's theirs. Let them own it. I want you to think about all of the terrain you've traveled when it has come to your spiritual walk, your spiritual journey. See, you didn't want anybody getting in your way, applying pressure to you, telling you what you needed to do, how you needed to do it every second of every minute of the day, not giving you an opportunity to just breathe. Hey, sometimes we all the way right, sometimes we all the way wrong, sometimes we somewhere in the middle. So what am I saying with that? What I'm saying is, when you all wrapped up in somebody like this, sometimes that's so unfair to them. It's unfair to yourself because you'll be so wrapped up in them trying to save them that you will start to go under. Give people room, give people space, give people time in their spiritual journeys to grow, to mature, to evolve. Let them be who they're going to become. They know who you are. They know how to come to you when they need help. And you got to be careful because people will make you their Jesus. You don't want to be somebody's Jesus. You want to give them room and leave enough of a void so they start seeking Jesus for themselves. This can be difficult when you have a spouse that you see so much on their life, a child where you're like, gosh, you're destined for so much. I could see it on you. You're called. When people in your life are in transitions and they're on like the precipice of becoming, and you're like, you just need to take a step back and trust God, because what it will come down to oftentimes is your faith. It's not that they're struggling in their faith. Where's your faith at? Where's your faith that the Lord will move in their life? Where's your faith that if the Lord wants them to go to church, the Lord will draw them to church, and it's not all up to you. He may send somebody else. He may convict them in a different way. He may drop off a flyer on their car. You don't know. It's not all up to you. What if he wants them to completely surrender? God has a way to do that. The Holy Spirit, yeah. As a minister I knew once said, still works. It's still in operation. It will still lead and guide you in all truth. Trust the Holy Spirit will lead and guide them. Sometimes the best thing you could do for a person is to take a step back. Yes, they're going to hurt. Yes, they're going to struggle. Yes, they're going to have issues. Yes, they're going to hit rock bottom. Yes, they're going to experience high highs. They're going to go through it all just like you did, and you lived, and you're okay. Give them room to do that. Invite God in to ask him how to involve yourself in that. But make sure you're keeping a healthy distance and separation.